In the darkest and most turbulent era of human history, certain souls choose to defend human dignity with gentleness yet unyielding resolve. They never bear firearms nor stand upon towering podiums, but through lifelong devotion, leave an indelible pale moonlight across the scroll of history. On the frosty rainy morning of January 23, 1939, Vienna sank beneath somber gray mist shrouding every corner of the city. Inside a plain apartment along Anna Lane, a lean man was found motionless in bed, having breathed his last at merely 35 years old. Beside him rested his beloved companion who had also slipped into eternal slumber. The room's gas valve stood open, filling the air with hollow, suffocating emptiness. Authorities ruled the passing an unfortunate accident, yet newspapers across Vienna and all over Europe subtly framed the tragedy as a sacred martyrdom. This man was Matthias Sindelar. Beside the soft glow of flickering stove flames tonight, let us follow his life through this quiet tale. Nicknamed the Mozart of football, the Austrian master crafted the legendary wonder team of the 1930s with dance-like elegant footwork that captivated the entire sporting world. 1 year before his death, Nazi troops marched into Austria and annexed the proud ancient nation by force. Hitler personally arranged a so-called reconciliation fixture meant to showcase harmonious union between Germany and Austria, explicitly forbidding Sindelar's side from defeating the inferior German squad. Detached from politics all his life, the refined and proud artist delivered football's most stirring rebuke against tyranny right on that pressured pitch. His tragic fate of dancing amid bayonets and roses lingers like dusk draping the Danube, profound, bittersweet and eternally inspiring. Unwind your shoulders and sink into my lone narration as we travel back to the monochrome Vienna tainted by classical tragedy. To comprehend why Matthias Sindelar chose such a fatal path in his final days, we must rewind time to trace the first crack splitting his destiny. In spring 1938, Viennese citizens were jolted awake overnight by clacking military boots and roaring military trucks. Nazi Germany announced the annexation of Austria, wiping the independent art and coffee-filled republic off the map and reducing it to a provincial territory of the Third Reich. For ordinary Viennese locals, the occupation meant not only lost territory but the total collapse of indigenous culture and spirit. Jewish-owned shops were tagged with humiliating markings overnight, and patrolling SS soldiers roamed Prater Park, casting icy stares at every passerby. As Vienna's spiritual icon, Sindelar's peaceful life shattered completely. Many of his closest friends, coaches and club executives were Jewish, vanishing silently across the city under systematic Nazi purges. His naturally gaunt, melancholic face grew ever more reserved. He would sit alone in empty cafe corners, staring blankly out toward gloomy skies. Nazi officials soon approached him with false smiles and stacks of Reichsmarks, demanding he don the swastika-adorned German jersey for the upcoming World Cup. Hitler intended to use Europe's most beloved football star as propaganda to prove Aryan supremacy and popular support for annexation. Faced with overwhelming political coercion and life-changing wealth, Sindelar remained coldly distant to the frustration of Nazi leadership. He politely but firmly declined each offer, citing advanced age and chronic knee injuries preventing rigorous international fixtures. Through these self-sabotaging excuses, he clung to artistic integrity amid dangerous political turmoil, fully aware a far crueler storm loomed after dark. Though unyielding against Nazi oppression off the pitch, he earned the delicate moniker the Paper Man for his graceful playing style. Naturally slender with a slight frame, he looked like fragile porcelain liable to topple in strong wind amid an era dominated by brutal physical football. Yet once the ball rolled to his feet, spectators witnessed divine football artistry blessed by heaven. Never reliant on brute strength to bulldoze defenders, he navigated packed backlands via exceptional spatial awareness, crafty feints and seamless off-ball movement. Under iconic coach Hugo Meisel in the early 1930s, Austria pioneered the Vienna school built on short passing and fluid positional rotation, the genuine origin of modern possession football. Sindelar stood as the core composer, football's very Mozart orchestrating every attacking movement. Listed as a center forward, he often drifted outside the penalty area, unraveling rigid defensive formations with uncanny, imaginative passes. During a fixture versus longtime rivals Hungary, surrounded by towering defenders, he never physically touched the ball. Subtle shifts of weight guided the sphere along his coat sleeve for a teammate's decisive finish. His refined classical playing style won adoration across the entire Danube Valley. Every weekend afternoon, Austrian factory workers shed grease-stained overalls and flocked to stadiums solely to behold his elegant gliding across green grass. For poverty-stricken citizens enduring the Great Depression and chaotic unrest, Sindelar's grey stood as their sole spiritual refuge from hardship. With a simple leather ball, he dignified the rugged sport of football and bound his own soul inseparably to his homeland's honor. On April 3, 1938, Vienna's Prater Stadium hosted one of history's most politically charged and suffocating football matches. Staged by Nazi authorities to celebrate annexation, the friendly pitted Austria against Germany under forced political pretense. Enormous swastika banners hung high above stadium stands, and high-ranking SS officers with polished medals and grim expressions occupied the presidential viewing box. It marked Austria's final international fixture as an independent nation before the world-famous Wonder Team faced indefinite dissolution. Sindelar wore the captain's armband for the last time, his face deathly pale yet eyes bright and proud like silver birches from Vienna's surrounding woodlands. Before kickoff, Nazi administrators strictly ordered a German win or bland draw, forbidding Austrian victory to spare imperial embarrassment. The first half unfolded as an eerie 45 minutes. Austria dictated play with superior technique yet deliberately blasted shots skyward or passed straight to the opposing goalkeeper whenever nearing the box. Sindelar repeatedly wasted clear one-on-one chances, leading foreign journalists to believe the great talent had faded with age. Only his closest confidants spotted his faint mocking grin toward furious Nazi officials